The Deputy Premier has returned from his 8-day trade mission, saying the message from Asia is loud and clear. Bryan Green says Ta An's customers have been spooked by environmental activists campaigning overseas and the company wants it to stop. He's urged protesters to target him instead, something they didn't need an invitation to do today. Here's state political reporter Brad Markham.
Back in Tasmania and straight into an anti-logging protest.
A fantastic welcome reception.
The Deputy Premier was greeted by a giant cardboard cutout of the fictional children's character Pinocchio. But he shrugged off protesters and their concerns about veneer processor Ta An.
Ta An's wood supply demands are actually driving the ongoing devastation of our high conservation value forests.
It's just disappointing that they focus on a company that is just working in a legitimate way.
It was a chaotic end to Bryan Green's 8-day Asian trade mission, which cost taxpayers $57,000. He used his time in Japan to meet with Ta An customers being targeted by environmentalists.
That is having an effect on their brand as they see it. They want us to resolve the matter.
Bryan Green has issued a challenge to anti-logging protesters.
I'm the minister who sets the policy. If they want to target anybody, they should be targeting myself or Forestry Tasmania.
The Deputy Premier has arrived home to a detailed report advising which areas of native forest should be protected under the $276 million Intergovernmental Forest Agreement. Its authors have assessed the conservation value of 572,000 hectares of forest.
It's absolutely vital that this report is released as soon as possible. It's already overdue. That's caused further uncertainty in the forestry sector.
We'll liaise with the federal government and at the same time talk to the signatories with respect to how we progress from this point.
The legislation crucial to the forest deal is due to be tabled in state parliament in June. But if protesters continue their attacks, the chances of the bills being passed are slim.
State political reporter Brad Markham joins us now. And Brad, there's been another development in forestry today.
Well, that's right, Peter. Late today, the Greens revealed they'd met with representatives of new guns investor, the Richard Chandler Corporation. Both the party's leader, Nick McKim, and its forestry spokesman, Kim Booth, were at the meeting. It's part of the corporation's due diligence consultation, is essentially part of its plan to sink $150 million into guns.
Previously, the Greens have been talking tough about Chandler Corp's investment.
That's right. You'll remember that Australian Greens leader Bob Brown wrote to billionaire Richard Chandler several weeks ago, essentially recommending that he put his money elsewhere. He said there are better investment opportunities in Tasmania. And of course, Nick McKim controversially warned of a massive backlash against anyone who invests in guns or its pulp mill. But today there was only a whimper from the party, really, in a 4-line media statement. It simply congratulates the corporation for conducting the consultation.
How long's the corporation's due diligence expected to take?
Well, obviously they'd be keen to get it wrapped up as soon as possible. You'll remember Gunns shareholders meet in mid-April to cast their vote on this planned investment. Peter?
State political reporter Brad Markham.